Now, just to get right into it, I wanted to break down like three different types of compliments narcissists are bound to give you. Um, this is how I'll do it. So, you will receive compliments from narcissists. It's just that you have to look out for the context, right? Always look out for the context because this is where you get your answers and your clues with them. Now, let's start with number one. So, number one is, of course, the hoovering and the love bombing compliments. You get the compliments when they really want to get in your life, they really want to get to know you, they really want to enmesh with you, get their claws in you, get their hook down your throat, and, well, pun intended. And when they also are trying to re-engage with you or get you back in their life because they screwed up, their mask slipped, their false persona or identity was shattered in some way. Like, they showed you who they really are. They really showed themselves out, and it's pretty much like no going back, or someone else revealed them to you, or some other situation awakened you to the fact that you were dealing with perhaps even someone just with cluster B personality disorder traits that are very strong or that appear pathological, like just repeated nonstop in an addictive manner. So through love bombing, through the hoovering, trying to get you back, being nice again, saying nice things like, you've always warmed my heart. You've always made me feel comforted. I apologize. I just want to get back, even though the apology will probably eventually come with something that you did that caused them to do what they did that, you're going to get blamed for. Why you two or you and that clique or group disconnected, whatever the entity is or a situation. Like I said, contact. Now, like with the love bombing, they'll find all the nice things to say about you, whether it's your character, uh, your neighborhood, some possession of yours, material or such, or something about you physically, and that's what they do. You would get a compliment. So that's the first type. Then you get like that second type of compliment from the narcissist where it's a little bit milder. So it would sort of be like near that devaluation, if not right smack dab in the middle of devaluation, where they would delay it. So you would get a delayed compliment. So this delayed compliment is sort of like, let's say you got your hair done, right? Or something like that. You got your nails done or your hair done. And, you might have gotten a compliment or two from someone else, or maybe someone you're not uh, tied to, or that you're loosely connected with, maybe an associate or acquaintance. But let's say the narcissist is a loved one, maybe even a spouse, a parent, or, someone close to you, right? Um, let's say you have something done, there's something new about you, or when they met you, there was something about you that stood out to them, that attracted them to you. But when you go and change that, let's say you dyed your hair another color, let's say, you switched up perhaps your style, or you changed the curtains, I don't know, in your house or something like. Let's say you did something different, right? The delayed compliment is that they would now compliment the state that whatever the situation was in prior to the change. So let's say you had a haircut and then your hair grew out. They would now compliment your haircut after your hair grew out. So they'd say, "Oh, you were looking so hot when when you got that fresh haircut, but now your hair grew like 5 inches," and now they compliment you on your fresh haircut that was like 5 months ago, right? Or something like that. Like, or let's see, like I said, you got new curtains or you did something different. They now compliment the old curtains. Like, oh, those purple curtains you had out, they were so warm and kept the cold out. There was, they could find multiple things to say that's positive about the old ones, but now that you got new ones, not so much. So why didn't they say all of these things or hint to these things before you made the change, right? When you had that long flowing hair or your hair was wavy before you straighten it, they didn't notice it. It was like blah. It was average. It was regular. It was everyday in their eyes, even though you may have, loved your curtains, loved your hair, loved whatever, it was. Previously, you appreciated it, that was your style, your favorite, whatever, but because you wanted maybe to change it up or try something new, or to correct something, probably correct an issue, whatever the situation, they go and now like it. That's what I call the delayed compliment. And narcissists are so classic when it comes to delayed compliments. Oh my goodness, it's like you just have to roll your eyes on it. I've had so many delayed compliments with particular persons in my life that I've had who, I currently identify that have strong narcissistic traits. And now you look back and you be like, wow, is that what that was? Okay, let's get to the third one. So the third type of compliment from the narcissist is the sarcastic compliment, also known as the backhanded one or the reverse compliment. So when I say this, what I mean is that, narcissists would give you a compliment and you would, be basking in that compliment, put a smile on your face, but then they spin it around and they go, wapa. Is that the sound of a backhanded slap? Because that's how it feels. It's like you don't see it coming out of nowhere. It's like it came out of the blue, this backhanded compliment. So let's see if I can find an example. Let's say, let's say we were talking about, a new pair of heels or something like that. They would say, oh, I like your new pair of heels, or, high shoes, whatever. And then right next to that compliment, they'll say something like, um, I guess you will have to be careful going up those flight of stairs, at your job. Hopefully you don't break a leg or something like that, or don't trip, or you get some new nails, right? And your nails are looking spanking, all fresh and cute and all attractive. And, deep down inside, they're envious of it. They're jealous. They're like, oh, how come, my nails can't look like that? That's what they're thinking. Um, Even if they get theirs done too, they always want more. They want what they have and they want what you have too. So they're very covetous, right? And envious. But, they'll compliment and they'll say, oh, okay, your nails look nice, but, let's see if you'll be able to keep that up. Nails can be costly. Let's see, can you even afford to pay for your nails to be done regularly? Or, did you overspend on those nails? It's like they would try to say something nice, but then they put a little dig under it. So it kind of like, oh, it takes that sweetness off of what it really should be. They should just say it and leave it at that. Let the financial part be your issue. Why do they have to like throw that wrench in there or, douse it, you know, or throw dirt on top of it. So that's kind of what they do. They just cannot just allow you to bask in something sweet at that time, every now and then, regularly, whatever the case, they can't have it. right? They want the compliments. They want them all. They feel like every compliment on the planet should be towards them. That's that um, extreme insecurity. That's that self-centeredness and inferiority complex. Okay. And personally, that's how I feel. That's what's going on. I feel like, for many years, decades, you may have heard of this inferiority complex. Could they have been talking about the narcissist? Yeah, that's how I feel. Heck yeah. I feel like that's exactly who, you know, that term was referring to. And I also feel like terms like misery loves company. Oh, yeah, that was definitely created out of encounters with narcissists and other cluster B types. But so there are the three types of compliments from the narcissist. Um, I mean, I guess you can say that you could consider it four because it's like love bombing and then hoovering, which are similar, just getting attached to you, even though they could be different contexts, but it's still getting attached to you. So love bombing, hoovering, and then re-engagement, which is hoovering. So love bombing, hoovering slash re-engaging, the delayed compliment, the sarcastic, backhanded, or reverse compliment. So they're the three types of compliments. I'm sure you've identified it in your life, and on more than one occasion. If you're stuck with a narcissist for now, whether it's at work or in a family setting, that's you're gonna encounter it again. Just look out for it coming. Like the backhanded ones, you don't see those coming. But if you know what you're dealing with, you could pretty much predict it, even though sometimes they can throw you off a bit. They do that intermittent reinforcement where they may do a compliment and then the next time they would do the backhanded one, then this time they would do the hoovering one, and then they would do the backhanded one, and they would go back and forth to switch it up to kind of keep you off guard, keep you unbalanced or off kilter so that you won't always be prepared, guarded, braced up, or ready for what they're about to douse on you. So I know it's a serious matter. It's just that because, I've come so far, sometimes I chuckle about it, but it's like real serious because, when you're in it and you're still close to that situation and you're not, more removed from it or further away from it that you prefer to be, it's not all, it's not funny at all, right? It can be extremely unsafe and life threatening, particularly if you don't know, particularly if you know what you're dealing with and they sense instinctively that you know what you're dealing with and that you've probably figured them out. That's when, it becomes, I feel, most dangerous. So, like they say, ignorance is bliss, but then, when you're losing your self esteem, your money, your safety, your sanity, and all of that, is ignorance really bliss? As the saying goes. So, you know, just hope to be able to bring a smile to your face and lighten the mood a bit. And I'm so grateful that you're able to make it. Thanks for being here. All I ask you to do is share the video on your social media, subscribe, and take a look at that description box. I promise you won't be disappointed. All right. Come back here. Bye bye.